Today we'll be talking about my NBA 2022-2023 NBA predictions. Let me get this out the way. I know all these predictions aren't going to come true or be exactly right, but I feel like I'm the NBA prophet. So, I got some crazy predictions, but let's get into it. For my first prediction, let's start off with the Pelicans. I believe that Zion Williamson is going to come back into this next season with a vengeance, because people have been disrespecting and talking on his name about his weight and how he's not been able to stay on the court. And I feel like Zion, he's back in the shape that he needs to be in order to perform at that level. In his second year, he averaged 28 points, which is a phenomenal jump for your second year. So we can only imagine what's going to happen in this third year. And I think Zion's going to go even crazier because his team has more depth and they fit his play style. They have players like CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Valanciunas, players that space the floor so that they can create space for Zion to slash to the paint. And also, I believe since that he has more of a squad around him, we're going to see him take another level, another step up in his defense. I feel like he wasn't that great of a defender in the NBA because he had to provide so much on offense. But now that he has some people to actually provide offense, he's going to be able to give some more effort on the defensive end. So we're going to see more similarities to his defensive prowess like how he was at Duke. And at Duke, he was a phenomenal defender. And I think he's just going to come back into this next season and prove to people why he was the number one pick and assert his dominance and show why he should be and was picked over John Morant. So that's my first prediction. For my second NBA prediction, I have Jalen Green is going to make a massive step in the right direction. I believe that he has already adjusted to the NBA and that his scoring is going to just see a massive improvement next year. And we saw somewhat of an improvement towards the end of the season when he was just an absolute bucket. But to begin the season, he wasn't that great. So to finish the season, he had pretty decent stats. He averaged 17 points. He shot 34% from the three-point line. He averaged 3 rebounds, 2 assists, basically 1 steal. He shot 42% from the field goal. And I think that's great. And on the next NBA season, I have him averaging around 24 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. And I think that that's a decent sizable jump for him because Jalen's an absolute bucket. There's no doubt about that. And I think that now he's more integrated with his team. He has more chemistry with his team. He's going to know what to do now and how to get to the bucket. So that's why I have him averaging 24. And that's my NBA prediction. On to the next. For my next take, I believe that this is a very unpopular opinion, but the James Harden that we have been getting, the one that we've been seeing, isn't the James Harden we're going to get next season. I think that he's going to kind of come back into the old James Harden, the one that stepped back, pull up 3 all in your face, and we're just sitting there wondering how that went in. That James Harden. But we're not going to see it as peak Houston James Harden. I believe we're going to get his scoring back, but we're going to see a lot more facilitating just because that's how James Harden, I believe, has evolved. And I think that he's just going to be a perfect combo with him and Joel Embiid. They have Tyrese Maxey, who's I think is going to take another step for the team. They still have Tobias Harris right now. And I just believe that he's going to come back into that old James Harden because he was dealing with some hamstring issues and he's finally able to come back and heal fully from those. And we've been seeing him in a lot of workout videos and he just looks great in these workout videos. I mean, he looks like he's in peak shape and he's ready to come back and play. He's in NBA shape right now. So that's why I believe that James Harden's going to come back and just be on another level. And I think him being on another level is going to lead to the 76ers having a lot more success. And I can see the Philadelphia 76ers being a 1-3 seed. I think that's how talented they are. James Harden can just be half of what he was in Houston. But on to the next take. For my next prediction, we're going to be talking about the Charlotte Hornets and how I don't think that they're in the greatest position. Right now, their power forward or small forward, Miles Bridges, he's in legal trouble with things I can't say on YouTube. But that's just not great for them because he's their second best player. And that's LaMelo's right-hand man with the lobs. So I don't think that the Hornets are going to go into the next season with the greatest start. I think they're going to have a terrible start to the season. And I think at the halfway point, their GM's just going to decide to make some moves with players like, PJ Washington, Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, and get players that try to more benefit LaMelo's play type and try and build around LaMelo. But I don't think that they're going to get what LaMelo wants, and we're going to start to see LaMelo's unhappiness with the team. And I think that eventually that's going to lead to LaMelo wanting to go somewhere else. But again, that's a hot take, but it's my prediction. Next, the Timberwolves are going to be like the Grizzlies last year. How they were able to just, go from barely making it to the play-in to being in the playoffs and giving a great team a run for their money. And I see the Timberwolves in the same light. And I see them this way because I believe that Anthony Edwards is going to take a major step for the team. And this is just a guy that has so much potential in this league as a scorer and as an all-around player. You still have Cat, who's one of the greatest big men that we have right now in our league, and he is the greatest shooting big man that we have in our league right now. D'Lo, I'm not as high as D'Lo as everyone else is because he underperforms when you need him the most, so I feel like you can't rely on D'Lo, but he's going to be solid for the team. And they just brought in Rudy Gobert, who's going to bring some great defensive prowess, and he's going to play more of a center, and I think that's going to fit their team because Cat's not really a center. He's more of a power forward type player. And he's not a great defender. And Rudy Gobert is an amazing defender. But Rudy can't score. But Karl can score. So they're going to complement each other great. And they're going to intertwine with each other perfectly. And I just think that this team has sky's the limit. Because you're going to have a great defender, Rudy Gobert. Your offense is going to be sound because I think Ant's going to take another step. And you have a great scoring big man in Cat. I don't see too much of a problem with this team. They still have a young shooter in Jaden McDaniels. Like, this team has sky's limit to me. I could see them being a fifth seed, but they're going to be a really underrated team going into the next season. But that's my take. I just want to say thank y'all for watching this far into the video. And if you want some more consistent NBA content, subscribe. I'll see y'all next time.